Meme coins are experiencing a little bit of a pullback, with most of the major coins as well as the new ones getting this pullback, the price action going down. And it's really interesting because that might be the very last wave. This is what we see also on chain, with the gas being pretty low, around 30, 40, 50 GUI, which is pretty low compared to 100 GUI or above just a couple of weeks ago. We still have some newcomers with interesting coins. I guess the biggest narrative right now that I wanted to mention is Chinese coins and things related to China in general, because there are new regulations coming in Hong Kong which will allow for crypto. So China is pretty well known for banning and unbanning crypto that happened over the time, and it caused massive price action movements in the past. So let's see what will happen now. Generally speaking, people are optimistic about it because unbanning crypto, especially in Hong Kong, and putting the really great regulation might be good for the global market overall. There's a great article by Arthur Hayes about how a lot of crypto innovations came from Hong Kong, which was pretty much unregulated for most of the time, and actually allowed to, for example, perps were invented by one of the exchanges in Hong Kong. There are a bunch of other things as well that are coming from Hong Kong, which is pretty optimistic. So one of the coins that I wanted to mention is BIAO. This is based on a super popular Chinese meme that you might know if you were in China or you're familiar with Chinese culture or you're Chinese, then you might know it. BIAO is the coin behind trying to use the meme behind it. BIAO coin, you can see them on Twitter. Pretty organic growth so far. I've seen pretty big accounts also jumping in without large statements. It seems more organic than most of the other coins. Also, what you can see is that this was a major pullback, so I guess it went up to around like 16 market cap in total, and now it's back to like around 6, so over 60% of the pullback in the recent days. So as you can see, of course, nothing here is financial advice, but this is something to watch for. So BIAO is pretty interesting. You can also check them on Twitter and see what they're doing. Pretty interesting meme from China. So this is one narrative, and it plays into this global narrative of like having Chinese government unbanning crypto. So that might be interesting on one side. So looking at the other coins, you can see that there's a lot of pullback. Of course, there's always some daily gainers that have super massive gains because those coins just launched, and it's pretty easy to make like 30,000 or 40,000% gain if you have super low liquidity and have a bunch of people pulling their funds together. So I wouldn't watch these. I would rather watch what are the hot pairs, or also what are the last updated tokens, which is also pretty important. And if you look at the last updated tokens, then you can pretty much see that there's a lot of coins with this Chinese background like xie or this Chinese sign, year of the rabbit, I guess, and a bunch of others that are trying Fang, and a bunch of others that are trying to play into this narrative. So even within the meme coins, which is pretty funny, you still have narratives. We had coins after the first name that started with Ben. We had, and right now I think it's Dave as well, that's doing pre-sale, which is pretty interesting because this is coming also from Ben.eth, who announced that there will be a pre-sale. He's not in any way with the team, but he's somehow affiliated, or at least trying to promote the other coin. So there we had the first names. We have, of course, different versions of Pepe and massive crypto memes like Voyak. That was the first generation of coins, and now we have Chinese memes coming over, which also shows some kind of narrative shift. I don't think there's any kind of another wave coming after that, because we basically in a crypto Twitter there's only so much meme that you can use, and basically this is probably the last meme that you will be able to use, unless someone invents something super new and people will back it up. But so far it seems like this wave of meme coins is pretty much dying. So if you're into meme coins, be careful out there. Trading is risky, and to some extent this is player versus player game, so the last who leaves will lose everything, and you probably don't want to do that. So if you're playing this kind of game of hot potato, you probably don't want to be the last holding it. For everything else, of course, subscribe to the channel. I tend to cover all the crypto narratives. This is what I specialize in, as well as new coins, new DeFi protocols, new NFT collections, and everything else. So subscribe and see you in the next video.